What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl, 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 girl. Oh my god! Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by. We are down here, girl, to talk about the Belle Collective. I should talk about Salt Lake City, but I decided to talk about the Belle Collective first, since I watched it, took notes, and here I am. All right. So we are here. Okay. So listen. So we start off from where we left off. They were at Latrice's house. Javon said she saw Glendale DM her. She says, "You know, I'm not lying. You know, you know what he was doing in her DMs." Glendale said, "Who the hell is Javon? Who the hell is that? Who the hell is that?" Because Javon was like, I guess Javon is dating um, Mandy. And she knows, she's seen them. She's seen the messages. And apparently these messages go back 2 years. So y'all know her. I would have to beat up Amanda, because I don't agree with a woman smiling in my face trying to develop a friendship with me or something, and then in my husband, even though I know my husband ain't shit, but you and I are developing a friendship. I know he's not shit, and that don't have nothing to do with you, and I deal with that the way I deal with that. But if you are trying to get close to me and then you're also messaging my husband, I'm gonna have to choke you. That's just only the natural course of action. But in this particular situation, it's kind of embarrassing because you you don't there's no consequence for Glendale cheating on Latishia, and they've been together since high school. And so has Matt and Kerri. It looks like two totally different relationships, right? They both couples have been together since high school. Um, but the way that Glen moves gives women an opportunity, right? And so for some women, and I don't know, including Amanda, some women see a man on television and the women start, there's something about, I don't know, the women start jumping in their inbox and things like that. And even though they like see that he's married, but because he doesn't respect his marriage, the women are definitely not gonna, the side chicks don't respect the marriage anyway, but it's not their marriage to respect. They didn't take vows. You took a vow. You took a vow to God. And that's the crazy part. That's why you know that shit is fake. Y'all be walking down the aisle doing lighting candles and shit. You know the shit is fake because the dude is not going to even go. He can't even control himself enough to honor God. Oh, God. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy. So if you can't stay, honor God by keeping your vows, what do I think you're going to do with me? And y'all supposed to be fearful of God, and you take vows in front of God and still cheat on your spouse. What do you think, how do you think he's going to treat you? Well, I took a vow to God and I'm about to break it, just like I'm about to cheat on you, because I'm about to cheat on you, and guess what, you ain't going nowhere. So now the girls are gonna, and now I'm on TV. I already wasn't shit, just rolling around in Jackson in my Chrysler 300, because that's what he gives you, right? He gives you the old niggas trying to stay young and still running around, driving around, looking at the girls, and hopefully find some girl that got a little daddy issues. and then have her look up to you in some sort of way, and now you feel good about yourself again. You feel young, and you feel young again. These girls. Now you put his funky ass on TV, and now more women are hopping in the box, and he hopping in their box, and you ain't going nowhere. So you can't really even fight anybody, because what you gonna do? And that's why women fight the woman, because they have no plans on leaving. They have no plans on leaving. Latishia and Mandy go outside. Glen always been at me in my DMs on Instagram and on Facebook. Latrice comes out trying to deflect and diffuse, and she was like, "You need to go away because I need to figure this out." They said that she said that they recommitted this year to each other. Recommitted. How many times have you had to recommit in your relationship? That's crazy. That's crazy. We recommitted. She said he was just in her DMs in February. So didn't you just recommit at the beginning of the year, and in February he's already in Amanda's DMs again? They've been in each other's DMs since 2023. That's bold as hell. And then it's really bold, and it's such a betrayal. Like, it's different when it's a woman that's not in like the friend immediate like friend group, but you're in a friend group with this woman and she's cheating with your husband. Your husband is cheating on a woman that is in your friend group. That's like literally really disrespectful on Glen's part. And then like to be sitting in that room like that, Latishia looks stupid, but I mean, she's committed to looking stupid in this relationship. So there's nothing that we could say about it. You're committed to being in this relationship with this loser. You understand what I'm saying? So she said she's already seen those messages, and then she acts like she says that what's her name is getting. It feels like she's thirsty for attention. I feel like it is weird that she like busted him out like that, like in the question, because it does look like, oh, this was a setup. Like the questions were set up so that she can call him a liar. But they showed a clip, and I don't know who came up with the questions. So they're trying to say that Latrice came up with the questions, but they showed a clip of her asking someone else to come up with the questions. So I don't know if she was like, add this question. I don't know. But it was definitely like I said last week that Latrice knew, because you just don't all of a sudden be like, especially knowing that the problems that they had, everybody knows the problems that they had with Latrice and the problems that they had with all of the people on the show, right? The way that Glen and Latishia move around, and the way Marie moves around as well. But you can't go through and like meddle in other people's business and then not expect your business to be somebody to meddle in your business, but then smiling in your face like, oh yeah, girl, we cool, but I'm gonna get your ass, and I'm gonna get your ass by bringing my home girl on this show, and we're gonna mic her up, and we are going to reveal that your husband is still cheating on you. So now what you about to do, bitch? Look like a fucking fool still? You gonna stay committed to looking like a fucking fool? Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She says, you're just all talk right now. Amanda says she respects Latishia. Well, you have a funny way of showing it. Latrice says, I have not known Amanda to be a liar. Both of y'all are moving foul around me if this is what it is. Mandy is in my face all the time. Latrice is there. She says, is there something more recent? Something out of the DMs. So she shows her something from this year. So Glen is telling Cliff to stay. No, Cliff is telling Glen to stay calm and don't get upset, because if you get upset, it makes you look guilty. So in February 2025, he was trying to mess with me. And she says, well, I'm going to go get Glen so I could get his POV. His POV. I know it means point of view. I know what it means, but just that, like, what his POV. I'm gonna get his point of view. You know what his point of view is. His point is his dick pointed towards Amanda. That's what his point of view is, and you know it. And the fact that you're even acting like somebody could be lying on your husband is crazy as hell. Because, girl, like, you had a pregnancy scare. Why do you think that a recommitment is going to change his behavior? He took vows in front of God and broke them. And he's recommitted to you, and he continues to do the same thing. You're not going anywhere. So you acting like you're bothered by any of this, or acting like somebody, oh, she just talking. It's really coming off like you thirsty. Thirsty for what? But she says she like them ugly. So I don't know how Amanda is saying that she respects Latishia when at the beauty salon, she was like, well, you see who he's married to, trying to say something about who he's married to. Like, why? What is it? What is it? Say what it is. What is it? Latishia tells Glen, don't put me in no position to have anybody come and tell me something. You know me and Mandy fuck with each other. That's what I'm saying. Like, that to me is so trifling. Like she said it later. I will get to it. She said it later. That's how she knows that he's not faithful to her. And see, this is the problem that I have. This is the problem that I have with Kirk and Rashida as well. Y'all are in these relationships, and obviously you're not leaving. I need for y'all to stop acting like you're in traditional relationships, right? Where this man is, you know, constantly cheating, and you ain't never leaving Kirk, right? And she ain't never leaving Glen. So why do you even act like you have a problem with him going in somebody's DMs? I think it's because of proximity to her. Because later she said something, and I was like, oh, so you know that he's gonna continue to cheat on you because she said something. I'm going to we'll get to it. She asked him, did he have sex? No, she said, oh yeah, she said, did you have sex with Mandy? He said, hell no, we danced and that's it. I didn't fuck nothing. I didn't take her home. And then she said something. I heard something about somebody sucking something. So I don't know if he said there's nothing sexual. So I don't know. I heard somebody say suck something. And I went back and I was like, what? And it's like they edited. I don't like the way they edit. She's like, I'm humiliated and hurt by those questions that Latrice put on that paper. They were aimed at me and my husband and my marriage. Girl, nobody has to aim at your marriage. Your husband is a free agent. Nobody has to aim anywhere. He's available. He's not choosy. If it's not Amanda, it's somebody else, girl. That's the crazy part. It's like, because if it's not Amanda, it's somebody else, basically. So let me make sure I'm okay. So she said, why would she do that? You know why? Because y'all have been fucking with Latrice for a long time. And Latrice seemed like a play the long game type of bitch. I'm going to set you up, ho. Oh, yeah, we cool. Yeah, we cool. I thought me and Latrice were on the right track. You thought we was on the right track, ho, but we're not. Because all the shit y'all done to me over the course come from the jump. From episode 1, bitch, of the first season. Y'all coming for my business. I'm going to get back at you hoes one way or another. And luckily, my friend isn't you. Your husband wished my friend a happy birthday. You know how the niggas will throw a line out to see if you'll take a bite, and so they could start reeling you in, little small talk. We're not going to act like we don't understand the behavior and the patterns of men. And I don't know where they meet up, but all of them move the fucking same. I'm going to jump in your inbox. Oh, happy birthday. Nigga, what you get away from here? You don't need to be wishing me happy birthday. Go under my post. Don't DM me. Go under my post. I have a birthday post. So go under my post and wish me happy birthday. what do they say when you're in a relationship with somebody? If you can't show them what you're doing, you don't have, even though it's none of their business, but if you feel like you can't show them what you're doing or you have to keep it from them, then you shouldn't have been doing it. If you can't tell them what you was doing, you shouldn't have been. If you keep it from them, you shouldn't have been doing it. It's my business. I have my own private business. Fine, you can have your own business, but you have a pattern of behavior, sir. We had a baby scare on you, so we know how you move. We're not giving you the benefit. See, that's the thing. We're not giving you the benefit of the doubt this time. I believe everything that girl was saying, Amanda was saying, and I believe she could have messed with you if she wanted to. And I believe you would have. I don't believe you'd have been like, no, you're getting to know my wife. I can't do this. No. Marie, Latishia, and Kerri go over to Latishia's house and bring her some flowers and some Prosecco. She said, that means a lot to me. I feel loved. I feel supported. She says, y'all didn't have to show up. They just knew to show up. When Kerri gives Latishia a hug, she starts breaking down. What you breaking down for? You ain't going nowhere. You ain't embarrassed. You ain't that embarrassed. You want a television show. You can't be no more embarrassed than you were when you sat on the reunion stage and said that you would take care of the baby that your husband had with another woman. That's why nobody is like, I don't understand the empathy. I don't understand the empathy. Like, I don't feel sorry for her. I can't feel sorry for you because you had opportunity to leave and you're not leaving. So like, how many times you're gonna cry? Shut up. Just be like, yeah, we in this shit. I know he does his thing, but maybe you're sad because of the proximity to the woman. But I don't know. She said she hasn't had a chance to talk to Glen. She didn't get any rest last night. She just crying and crying. And she says, when we got home, he immediately went to work. I'm just still trying to process things now. Marie wants to know where they stand. And she was like, Glen put himself in this. The way that they set me up to ambush me.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
Girl, girl, if they had the chance to ambush you, your husband gave them like the plans. Your husband's really bold to be coming around this woman that you're trying to get close to, and he's been in her inbox. And you don't know he's been in her inbox. She talking about, yeah, yeah, I've seen those before. No, you haven't. You're not telling the truth. But you got to play this game, which is really weird. I just find it really weird that she's like acting through this whole thing, And just last week I said it's almost like it's like bad acting. It's like bad acting. And so it's like it's real, but it's kind of corny because it's like you're not going anywhere. What you crying for? Why do you feel sad? How many times like, girl, you've been with him since high school. You're not going anywhere. I'm gonna tell you what she said later. She said the whole thing is just so hurtful. Um, she said she's proud of her as a woman of how she handled it. That's what Kerri said. Latishia says, I don't want to be in the collective with anybody that moves like that. Girl, you move funny too, though. That's the crazy part. All y'all move funny. All of y'all move funny. So stop acting like you're literally in the sisterhood, right? With the bells, the bells, the bells. Yeah, but y'all do crazy shit to each other. Just like when Amanda came and said to you, I don't like what you did to my friend. And you said, we've both done some things to each other. So you're not free and clear. Nobody's attacking you or ambushing you, right? But I would have to choke Amanda, just to be clear, because you're too close to me and you know that you're in my husband's inbox. And then you say slick shit because Latishia is going to see what she said on that first episode where she said, well, look at his wife and like basically look at his wife and look at me, right? So she's going to see all of that. I can't wait till this reunion. We'll see what's going to happen. Latishia says, I don't want to be in a collective with anybody that moves like that. Um, no friend of mine could come in and do this to any of y'all. Y'all went and didn't y'all go sit down with Tambra's ex that she was in and out of court with? Oh, okay. I was just wondering. That's what I'm saying. Like y'all, I don't know if y'all forget that y'all done stuff to people. So I don't understand how you don't understand how something is now being done to you. But what's being done to you is not really anything that hasn't been done to you before. And that's why it's like kind of odd that they use it as a tactic towards Latishia, because you could have never told her and still continue to have a conversation or have conversations with him. Y'all could have never brought it up. Latisha's not is there's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she knows, it doesn't matter if she doesn't know. The outcome is going to be the same. She's not going anywhere. I feel like she betrayed me. This is below the low of the low. I would never, and Mandy to feel comfortable to do that. I feel like it was a setup. So I think Amanda later admitted to saying, she said, yeah, I should have took her off to the side because it's kind of embarrassing, I guess. Um, Hold on. Okay, so I don't want to be harsh. So Marie says, I don't want to be harsh, and I might be wrong for saying this, but Latrice has shown you over and over again that she's a snake. So I feel like that serves you just right because she showed you. And then they did like a montage of Marie telling Latishia that Latrice is a snake, Latrice is a snake. She says she's already shown you who she was. So Marie just gives hugs to Latishia, and Latishia is just crying. Latrice pulls up to Amanda's salon, and she says she hasn't spoken to her since the pool party. So they're walking down the street drinking coffee, and Amanda asks Latrice about Glen. How's everything going with Glen? Is he still staying at the condo? And she said, she tried to like play it off. Girl, things are just, they just going and doing what they doing, girl. But then in her interview, she says things have gotten worse between her and Cliff is staying at the condo more. So I do think it's more than just her having an anxiety, like, of people leaving and not returning. I think now that he's spending more time there, that she is um, thinking that he's doing something. And I would too. Like, I mean, like, it's just, it's very odd for you to be staying there all the time. It's like you have your bachelor pad. But I love in the next episode, she says something about, so if I was out, doing my thing, you would have a problem with it. And that's the thing. See, the thing is, the long suffering wife that sits around and watches her husband dishonor her over and over and just sits there and not does her thing. Like, that's, to me, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys need to be honest the way, like, say, like, we want to be together, but we do want to have other relationships. I think where these couples get it messed up is trying to act like they're in a different type of marriage. You're in a marriage and your husband actively has other partners. So you're in an open marriage, except for you're not participating in the openness of marriages because you are just here to watch your husband do it to you instead of participating in the openness of the marriage, right? For whatever reason, right? A lot of women say, my husband cheats on me. I'm not going to, do what he does to me because of safety. Like, women tend to be more, like I said, men are not choosy. Women are more selective when it comes to, that's why men have more of an issue when a woman cheats, because they know it's like she has to be very selective. You can't just pick anybody. It has to be somebody who is not going to run their mouth. Hi, August Alsina. Somebody's not going to run their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Who is going to understand what his position is. You have to be very careful because in society, a woman cheating right? Even though her husband's been cheating. Hello, Will Smith. When they find out the woman is cheating, now she's this awful witch, the head of the coven. She's putting spells on him to make him slap people. And it's all of this thing, right? And oh my God, she's this awful woman. So women have to be they have to be more careful when they're cheating, more selective when they're cheating. That's why men typically have a more of a problem with it, because they know how selective you have to be. They understand how selective you have to be. Um, and so I do think that what's his name is, using that space for, I would just set up some cameras. It would just be surveillance there, as a form of measure of safety. We're just going to have cameras that are feeding into our main home, cameras inside of this apartment. That's all we're going to do. So I don't have no problems. We just setting up cameras, right? Because if we're not there and it's not occupied, since you want to occupy it, fine. But when it's not occupied, we need to make sure these cameras are up. So they're going to stay up all the time, because you're not going to be staying here all the time, right? And even if you are here, we're going to keep the cameras on just for safety measures. That's how you solve that. I wouldn't be going back and forth. We just setting up cameras. And don't you turn these cameras off. And don't turn the cameras off. So we don't have no problems. So stay there every day if you want to. But don't act like you're in a traditional marriage, because you're not participating in the traditional marriage by cheating on your wife, unless we have a new definition of traditional marriages where men cheat on their wives, they don't leave, and the woman doesn't do anything, and she sits there long suffering, peeking through the blinds, right? Latishia talking about, I've been on 2 dates. Girl, shut up. Your nigga had his fucking body laid between another person's body. Girl, shut up. I went on a few dates. Girl, give me a break. Latrice says things have gotten worse with her husband. He's still staying above at the condos and spending more time there lately. So they talk about the pool party. She says, I know the Bells are going to blame me for everything that you did. She says she invited everybody and says that that's not the case. Now, I feel like it would be, I don't know if it would change the dynamic of the situation if Latrice was like, yeah, I fucking knew. And I didn't say anything. Yeah, because it's not my business to say anything. Bitch, you ain't going to leave anyway. Now, see, that would make it like a different dynamic for Latrice to be like, yeah, I knew. I knew. Yeah, yeah, bitch. Because you know what y'all did to me. So I did set that shit up. I did. I feel like that would just be like icing on the cake if Latrice admitted that she did know, instead of acting like she doesn't know. Because I feel like acting like you don't know is like insulting everybody's intelligence. Like, all of a sudden you just find out now that she's mic'd up and the cameras are up, and then you're looking like, oh girl, what? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I said it right when she did it. I was like, they lying. They lying. Latrice Ben knew that. Latrice Ben knew, okay? So she said it didn't go left until Glendale got up when Javon was addressing him. She says, I know the drinks were going back and forth. She said, but I didn't do anything wrong or anything bad to you. Do you think if the drinks weren't flowing that you would have told her in a different setting? She said, I felt like it was weighing heavy on you. And then Amanda says, no, I'm not too big to take accountability. I should have taken it. It should not have taken place at your house. I should have brought it up to her, like taking her one-on-one instead of, doing it in front of everybody. So she did admit to that. She said, but if Glen never sent that first message, we wouldn't be in this position. And he had his hands all around my waist at Taste one night, and Javon told him to move his hand. So none of this should have happened. Glen should have more self-control and respect his wife. And then that's when Latrice says her and Latishia's friendship is dwindling real fast. Girl, okay. So Matt, he's a sports agent. He was in the batting cages with his client. Kerri comes by to surprise him. She said she was just in the neighborhood. And they were in the interview and she was like, I just wanted to come and see what you were doing. And she was doing her eyes, like batting her eyelashes. And he was like, why are you doing that? She was like, because that's what I do with my eyes. Girl, she was getting him together in one of the scenes. Oh, and he said that they're just talking about their relationship, right? And he said at one point that because there's a lot of like, it's like loud in the house. You have Kerri in the house. You have my two daughters and my son. He said, sometimes I just block everybody out. And then in the interview, she was like, yes. And when you block everybody out, yes, you're supposed to bring your head out of the clouds. She was like, really like getting in his ass. Bring your head out of the clouds and be down to earth with your family. I was like, oh, she's getting his ass together. He just sitting there like, but like I said in the last thing, he doesn't seem demanding. It doesn't seem like he's asking for a lot. He says that he just wants more time with her, but why do you have so much time on your hands? Why do you have so much extra time, sir? Then you need to find you something else to do. You need to find you something else to do, Matt. Then I didn't like when Matt said he felt sorry for Glen. See, why do you feel sorry for him? He cheats on his wife, sir. I would have said, I don't feel sorry for him. He shouldn't have been in that girl's DMs. That's what you should have said, nigga. And talk about, I feel sorry for Glen. Why? Niggas just be feeling sorry for the nigga because he's a nigga. But no, you should say that, girl, I don't know. I mean, if he would have never messaged her, he wouldn't have been in this situation. I don't know what to say. That's what y'all can say, but y'all just have to stick up for the man. How do you feel sorry for Glen? Girl, I didn't like when Matt said that. So he said he reached out to him. And Kerri said, so you slid in his DMs? He was like, yeah, he responded and said he was doing okay and that he appreciates him checking on him. And Kerri was like, that was embarrassing. She was like, do you look at other couples and think that you're glad that we're not going through this? And he was like, well, we have our own flaws. I love how he straightened that up real quick. Don't be acting like y'all don't have issues in your relationship. People have issues, but like cheating is crazy because unless that's the setup of then it's not cheating. You understand what I'm saying? But see, y'all be acting like you're in monogamous relationships and you're like, they call them single married single women or something like that, single married mothers or something, married single mothers, but you're also single in the fact that your husband is cheating on you. And then a lot of the times you become the damn side chick in the relationship. I don't know, girl. I don't know. I don't know how y'all do that. I don't get it. I don't understand that. I just can't. That's like a headache. And let me tell you something. I bet you if Latrice left Glen, all that weight that she's holding on to, it would drop. I feel she's just super duper just comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's very comfortable. And I think if Glen was not in the picture, she would get herself together. Nothing's wrong with Latishia. It seems like you truly believe that you don't deserve better. Like there's that's why I said she couldn't, like I said it last season. You're doing women's empowerment, right? But in your relationship, you're disempowered. So you can't sell me empowerment. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel about the situation. Okay, let's move on. The edible done kicked in, girl. Okay, so Kerri says, oh, that's when she told him you need to get your head out of the clouds. He said, we have our own flaws. He says there were so many people talking at the same time that he's just sometimes he just blocks them out. And she says, see, that's the problem. You need to get your head out of the clouds and come down to earth with us. That's what she said in the interview. She was kind of getting kind of a little snippy, a little sassy with him in the interview. She says when she's in her phone doing business. And then she says, and you'll just be scrolling. And she says, you got to understand that I use my phone for business. And I think this is the thing. This is what people see. And this is how people get caught. How people get caught cheating and doing something they're not supposed to be doing. If every time I'm with you, you are in your cell phone all the time, in your phone, 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 in your phone. Every time I'm with you, you in your phone, you in your phone. Every time somebody calls, you picking up. Every time somebody calls, you picking up. Somebody calls, you picking up. Somebody calls, you picking up. You on your phone, you on your phone, you on your phone, you on your phone, you're on your phone. But when we're not together and I call you or message you, you don't respond. How 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 is it when we're together you are always in your phone, but when we're not together and I message you, you don't respond? How does that work? That's how y'all get caught up. That's how y'all get caught up. But she said she's in her phone for her business and you just be scrolling. He said, no, I don't. Yes, you do. So Marie goes over to Cedric's job. When I tell you that motherfucking place looks like a trap house, I was like, you was in there fucking, you was in that trap house, fucking Marie Monroe, Doctor Marie Monroe, you was over there fucking in the trap house. Girl, Cedric's spot, both spots. I literally rewound it, and I was like, wait a minute, he lives there. But then she was like, that's his business. Girl, I'm gonna tell you, it's in badly need of a motherfucking paint job. And then he had the nerve to tell her, you are gonna if you can come over here and like kind of redecorate, or girl, no, you know, you should have done this. You don't. That's weird to me. Them two places sit next to each other. His house is right next door to his. I guess he has a barber school or something like that. So I don't know. Is he teaching people how to do hair? Do people just come there to practice? I don't know, but it's some type of school that he has, a cosmetology school. And Marie says she used to be a cosmetologist, but she don't have her license anymore. She doesn't have her license anymore. And then, but that his places look terrible. I like they literally need to be painted. Like they look so dull and like I don't know. It was just like they look so sad, and I was like, y'all, this is what you was in here making food for him. This is a house you was in, Marie, girl. No, 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 no. You got to do better than that. You have to do better than that. So she's doing his beard. He's dyeing his beard. So she decides to do his beard for him. She tells him that she wants him to get rid of his bed in that house because the women that's been in and out, in and out, in and out, I need you to get rid of those mattresses and pull the bed out. The bed, I don't know, the bed, that room was looking blank and bare, and the bed was just slapped up against the wall. And the wall, like there wasn't, were there any pictures on the wall? I don't know. It was looking, that bedroom was looking weird. I don't know. I don't know. It's something about his house that looks kind of like drab. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Marie. That's your man, girl, I guess. So she said, I'm triggered by the bed. So many women have been in and out of that house. He says, okay, I'm willing to be flexible. He said, do you trust me? He said he kind of wants to keep the house and his family. And she's trying to get him to come, like, let I feel like you and Cedric would do better in staying in the relationship if you let him keep his house. But Marie feels insecure, and that's why you don't go back to somebody who has dishonored you in that way. Because how do you feel secure about being in a relationship with them? Now you're putting yourself through this turmoil because you can't always be sure. And instead of just keeping your home with you and your daughter, right? I don't know what's going on with her son. Does she have a grandchild as well? So what's going on with that? Then remember his child's mother, wasn't she killed? And like, wasn't it that her? She was killed. So where's the grandchild? Anyways, oh, maybe it's with the girl's um grandmother or mother, the baby's grandmother. Maybe. Wasn't that her? Okay, anyway. I thought it was. But anyways, okay, so that house, I don't know. I just didn't like that house. I just don't like his house. And then he had the nerve to say that he wants her to um what did he say? He said he wanted her to come in there and do something with the house. I don't know, decorate it or something like that. No, you decorate it. I'm not no. No, your house should have already been decorated. I don't like that. I just don't like that. I don't like that because now Maria's over there trying to decorate his house. No, even when they went over there to clean his house, like, I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that because why like I don't like that. Like, why are you dirty? Why isn't your house clean? Like, I don't understand that. I just, why? And then why are you waiting for women to come do it? Like, and then if you want a woman to go do it, hire and pay a housekeeping service. No, you want somebody to do free labor for you. Ugh, no. Mm-mm. He says that why y'all trying to play these games? Oh, that's what they were talking about, the pool party. The games that they were playing. The questions every time, when it starts off, we're asking questions. It's always going to be about sex, and it's always just going to get messy. And it's just like people don't know how to have questions in games without, first of all, you can have questions like couples questions. None of the questions have to do with sex. None of the questions have to do with sexual positions. None of the questions have to do with, do you like anybody in this room? It's like, unless you're trying to cause some mess, there's no reason. There's so many other questions to ask. And it's almost like people just don't, their brains don't expand farther than their fucking genitalia. Like, and it's so weird. It's very, very weird. There's so many other questions that you can ask in a couples game without talking about sex or without asking people about, because you literally don't know the insecurities of any of the people in the room, the men and the women alike. And so you start asking these questions. Latishia has she's just going to be insecure. She's just going to have to sit in her insecurity, and it's going to eat her from the inside out, as long as she's with that dude, because he's never going to be faithful to her unless she has accepted it. And I think she has, but we're going to keep going. So Matt and Kerri plan a romantic night. They love each other and kisses and kisses and kisses. Um, I always knew you were going to be my husband. We found our way back to each other. He says it means a lot to him. Latishia and Glen are at home. And he says that why is he always getting attacked? And then he switched it and said, why is his family always under attack? Because you, as the quote protector and provider, are cheating on your wife, sir. So you actually leave her without any armor. Aren't you supposed to be her armor? Aren't you supposed to be her protector? So when you out cheating on her, you release her of having any armor. So you keep her open for attack. You've let the walls down. The walls that are that you're supposed to build to protect her, you've let the walls down. So it leaves her open for attack. Why are they always attacking me? Girl, because you cheat on your wife. So you're open target. Anybody, I can say anything and she's gonna have an insecurity. She don't know whether to believe you or not. But she knows that the girl ain't lying. Don't nobody have no reason to lie on you. Look at you, Glen, Dale. You ain't nobody to lie about. You might, yeah, you actually might be somebody to lie about and say, no, I ain't never been nowhere near him. And you might have, girl. We gonna keep you a secret. Shit. That's why, girl. Anyways, that's why Mandy, she got to get choked. Um. So she comes. His stepfather was there. They're doing something out in the garage. She comes out there and she says the pool party has been weighing heavy on her mind. He says, I'm just out here doing housework, trying to stay out the way. What you trying to stay out the way for? Try to stay out the way of them bitches. You always running into, nigga. Girl, these niggas is a mess. And then they be acting like they don't know. I don't know why I'm being attacked. Girl, shut up. You are not the victim. You are not the victim, sir. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. So she says, I need to talk to him. She excuses the stepfather. He talks about 3 years ago, Latrice set her up with the hairstylist, came up to the masquerade ball, and one of the women said, I'm going to fuck you. She said, what's that all about? He says, we made a recommitment, and what you don't see, you see they don't bring them around me. I didn't bring nobody around you. That's what she said. She said, that's what she said. And I was like, oh, see, Latishia is okay with all this. She said, I'm telling you, when we made a commitment, anybody that you see, don't bring them around me. That's what she said. Anybody that you see, don't bring them around me. So she's okay with what he's doing. That's why I don't understand this. Oh my God, I thought I got rid of the snakes. You let the snake wrap around you every fucking night in this man. That's the snake, bitch. What the fuck do you, that's what I'm saying. There's no snakes around you for real. The snake is your husband. It wouldn't be no additional snakes if your husband wasn't the snake. That's the head snake, the cobra. King Cobra. That's your king. Y'all be talking about, oh, this is my king, my king. Them niggas be king cobras, ready to wrap you up, strangle you, and you just gonna be there. I take care of the baby. Stupid ass. They always bringing somebody around. They brought Antoinette around. Then they brought the baby rumor. The baby rumor. Didn't you take a DNA test? So how was it a rumor? You obviously had almost could have had somebody pregnant, so that was not a rumor. A rumor would be like, ooh, he was over there doing something with somebody and he wasn't, but you were over there, so it wasn't a rumor, it was the truth. Girl, the fuck. She came at you with the baby rumor, and she like, oh, yeah. Girl, and now you got Amanda coming up talking about, oh, you don't find me attractive. Doesn't who do you find attractive? That was what other people in this room do you find attractive? And to me, this is how you answer the question. I think everybody in here looks great. I think everybody in here is attractive. That is why y'all are with attractive people. Girl, y'all be acting so stupid like you don't understand. And that's the crazy part. Y'all want to be fucking everybody, but when it's time to talk about sex or something, you don't even know how to answer a fucking question. Ugh. Ugh. We all know there's been some infidelity, and I went out on 2 dates when we separated. It's been so much in my marriage, and we didn't prioritize each other. I looked at Cliff like an uncle. I'm confused about Cliff and our friendship. Cliff has been solid up until now, and I'm shocked that he allowed something like this to happen at his house. How is he going to control what somebody else does? So now you trying to, it's like, it's almost like it's everything outside of him to blame for him doing what he did. So he can never be accountable and be like, yeah, I did that shit. Yeah, I was doing that shit. It's always, who is Javon? Why would I say that? The messages were there. So they were right there. She showed the girl the messages. So what are you talking about? Oh, I knew that. I knew that. No, you didn't, Latishia. Shut up. You didn't know that. And now it's to everybody to blame. I blame both of them because, girl, I'm gonna have to punch you in the face because why are you trying to be my friend and talking to my husband? No, the proximity makes it more disrespectful. This is not some woman that is outside of the immediate. She's like literally 1 degree of separation. And you calling the girl Mandy. We that familiar that you calling me by a nickname. And you talking to my husband, the DM, and then I'm gonna punch you twice because even though I know that you're disrespecting me and cheating on me, you brought it too close to me. Like that's too much. Too close. It's too close. It's too close. It's too close. So now it's Cliff. Why would Cliff let something like that happen at his house? They don't give a fuck about you, me, or my son.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
Did you give a fuck about Latishia and your son when you was laying up in between that lady's legs and in between her butt? Shout out to Funky Dineva. All up between her legs and in her butt. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Were you thinking about your son then? No, you weren't. So now all of a sudden everybody's attacking you again. They don't care nothing about you, me, or my son. Neither do you. Shut up. Shut up talking to me, Glendale. But she said, I'm tired of people I genuinely love. They keep hurting me. You talking about him. That's what you talking about. You got to be talking about your husband. You can't be talking about anybody else. I'm tired of people who I genuinely love hurting me. Your husband, you mean? Is that who you're talking about? Okay. Are you talking about these girls that you was a snake to at some point or another? Sneaky at some point or another. Right? I thought I removed all the snakes from around me. I said, girl, you sleeping in the bed with the snake. You in the bed with the snake. The king cobra, your king. That's your king, right? The king cobra. You make it so hard. You make it so hard. Basically, you make it easy for people to say stuff about you. And it makes it hard for me not to believe what the people say because you've been unfaithful. I'm tired of people playing in my face. Oh, you mean your husband? Can't even be You can't even be your fucking self around people. They just want to use you and play in your face. They just want to use you and play in your face. He says, don't worry about it. We're good. She said, I asked you. If it's not, if it's not, we're good. So basically, leave me alone. She basically said, she said, just leave me the fuck alone. Just leave me alone. So she's acting like, if you're going to continue to do this stuff, just leave me alone. Why do you want to be married and have a girlfriend? Because that's what that's what they have measured. They've measured their manhood. All these men move the same way. They move. I don't like I said, I don't know where they meet up. That's why Martell was so mad at Melody. You're supposed to stay. I'm supposed to be able to have a girlfriend and you stay in the marriage. Like the rest of these girls do. You, I'm supposed to be able to have my wife and a girlfriend. But see, I don't understand why the wives don't have a pool boy. or a masseuse with some tricky hands. Yes, if it's consensual, hello, or a masseuse with some tricky hands. Okay, shit. Don't get me started. I'll give you all the ideas, girl. It wouldn't be no way. Hell no. Y'all want to be the long suffering wives. Fuck that. Period. You just playing in my face. Just leave me alone. I can't even be myself. Latrice knew though. I said that already. We been knew she knew. Ain't no way all of a sudden that girl just shows the DMs and it's been going on for 2 years. Ain't no way. Since 2023, he's been messaging, wishing you happy birthday. What you talking to her for? How you that familiar? Cause they live in a small town. I know Jackson is a big town, but it's just, they have a small their friend circle is like everybody kind of knows each other. They all business people, entrepreneurs, and stuff like that. But I'll tell you one thing, Latishia couldn't empower me. I don't know. We love a brunch, but girl, what are we talking about? Look how you are in your marriage. You're not unless see, and that's what I'm saying. Unless you this is how your marriage is set up, why don't you talk to women who are in your position? Like i think I think part of it is like they kind of take your power away, and I feel like women need to take their power back. Like if you're in this is the type of relationship that you're in, then you need to talk to other women who are in the same type of relationship so that you can share how you navigate it in order for your relationship to be successful. This thing where the girls act like they're in some traditional relationship model where the tradition is the girls don't leave when their husbands cheat on them. Very few do. I mean, a lot of women do. I didn't need to say very few do, but a lot of women do leave their husbands when they cheat on them. But there are so many women who stay. So many women who stay, and it's like, he's cheating on you, but you act everybody in the community, we're married and we're doing good, and but everybody knows what everybody is doing. You understand what I'm saying? Like when they do these like television shows where like, the neighborhood, everybody kind of knows what everybody's kind of knowing their business like that. That's how it happens, especially like in like couple communities, like a people married couple communities. People be knowing about people's stuff, the men and the women. They be knowing each other's business and stuff like that. So Letitia is not going anywhere. Latrice knew. Um, Amanda needs to get punched in her throat, and Glen needs to pack his bags. But you ain't gonna do nothing. None of that's gonna happen. You're just gonna be mad at Latrice set me up, and she's a snake. Your husband is the snake, the king cobra. And you just right there. I guarantee you, if she left that man, all that weight would drop off of her. You're too comfortable, and he knows that you're so comfortable. You're not going anywhere. He has this guarantee. And then when he comes home, you act like this traditional housewife. I'm cooking and cleaning. I'm not cooking shit for you. Have that bitch cook for you, and tell her to and pack me something up too while you at it. The fuck? I'm not cooking shit for you. We not playing. We're not acting. Girl, go ahead, do what the fuck you gonna do. You're not gonna expect me to do shit around. We're not playing this June Cleaver shit. I'm not doing nothing for you, nigga. Nothing. If I do it for you, I'm being nice. But I'm not doing nothing that I don't want to do for nothing. I'm not cooking nothing. Tell that bitch to cook for you and send my Tupperware over there and tell her to pack me some up too. Okay? Okay, motherfucker. Anyways, I gotta go. So take care of each other, okay? Protect your energy. Now we're gonna come back and talk about Salt Lake City. Protect your energy, okay? I don't know what else to say about it. We'll see what's gonna happen next week. We see Tambra and Demon next week. Tambra was looking crazy, wasn't she? I don't know what was going on there. She was like, "I'll be okay." What did Tambra say? He was like, "You ain't you've never gone without." She's like, I wouldn't even if basically I wouldn't even if you wasn't here, bitch. What are you talking about? You niggas think you really be contributing something. I mean, I guess, but girl, please. The monkey, one monkey don't stop no show. I trust and believe the girls are gonna figure it out. My eyes have closed up. They open though. They open. They are open. Okay, take care of each other. Oh, and then they're not really red. They just look red from the glare. See, I'm like Glen. I'm blaming everything else but me. It's just red because it's glaring. So my eyes they're not really red. See, it's just the glare from my glasses. These would be so cute in green, wouldn't they? In green. Mm, that would be so cute. Okay, I'm gonna go. Take care of each other. Ooh, was this on? Ooh, okay. Ooh, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.